relations between Nigeria and Benin Republic predates historical records. That is why the affinity between the two countries is so strong and closely knit. A student of history will not forget easily the great Oyo Empire, Dahomey, Songhai, among others. To that extent, the Diaspora this week will be discussing Nigeria-Benin relations with its beneficial impacts on the two countries, with Nigerian Ambassador Lawrence Obishakin providing the compass. The Diaspora also had a chat with the wife of the ambassador, Dr. Cecilia Obishakin, Matron, Association of Nigerian Women in Benin. Of course, not forget our Diasporan of the week, a lawyer but with disability. He lives in Massachusetts, United States. News and your mails. Welcome to the Diaspora. I am Gabriel Odu. Let's begin our conversation with the Nigerian ambassador to Benin Republic, Lawrence Obishakin.
Nigerians would like to know your scorecard here. Let's start with Nigeria-Benin Republic relations. That's paramount, don't you think so?
Very, very. In fact, that is a crux of my being assigned here. I must say that what my greatest joy is the improvement of the image of Nigeria in Benin Republic as at the time. And it has three aspects. The first aspect is that, number one, we've been able to disabuse the mind about the ill feelings concerning our country. We've been able to sell the realities that Nigeria has been one with them. The empire has been here and they've been one. They speak the same language. And just like the president of this country, whose President Bodiya has been saying that the Benin is the 37th state of Nigeria. Yes, it is, but we've been able to also make them realize that it's not just enough to mouth it, we have to act it. And this is what I'm glad to say. Nigerians have really entrenched themselves more and more in the business sector. And politically, because President Muhammad Buhari was here a few days after I came to power, which is good. I will not take all the glory, but we had to participate. It was there on the first day of August, as the first and only president that was at their national day, which is a sign that the relationship is really cemented, and we are very glad about that. And also the protection of Nigerians. That's very important to me. And that's when somebody said, don't touch a Nigerian Benin Republic, because if you do that in the desert, the ambassador will call somebody under 3 minutes. That's one of the things that I'm very proud of.
We talked about political affinity and all that. In terms of business and trade, how is it looking on?
One of the handicaps of trade, inter-African trade, is that of lack of precise statistics. But I can tell you one thing, I can show you one. By the time I came in here, there were 4 registered companies that were doing business between Nigeria and Benin. But today there are 28. So you know that is at least 7 times. And also you look at the trade figures at the border. Nigerian semi-border, Benin. Nigerian semi-cracking border, Nigerian Benin border is the most lucrative. And certainly it is a gateway, because the richest countries in West Africa, they must pass through Benin to do business with Nigeria. The same thing Nigeria must pass through if they want to be lucrative. And one of the things that I can say I thank God for is the negotiation for Dangote passage, which has been going on about 6 years before I came in. But we negotiated it, and we thank God it's working perfectly well.
Yes, that's interesting. Yeah, we've talked about business and trade. What about cultural diplomacy? Do we have that exhibited in this country?
Very good. We also have some good news for Nigerians. They sent us here. We were able to exhibit an art exhibition between a Nigerian artist, Otun Idowu, and also a Reverend sister here. How did we come about this? I found that Otun Idowu had exhibited before in Switzerland in about 1983, 86, 84. And then when we found out that some countries could exhibit a Beninese who is also a Reverend sister. So these are religious people who have different views and different ways of promoting the arts. And don't forget that there are 6 ethnic groups that we share in common here. From the who are in Badagry and also Porto Novo here. When you go northwards, you have the Yorubas, then you have the Baribas across Niger, and then you have the Batonu across Niger, Kwara, and also the Batonu that people call Borgu in Nigeria. Then you have the Dendi speaking people, and then the Hausa Fulani northwards like that. So we have a lot to show. The way we dress, to be interesting, with all sense of humility. Last year, the Minister of Culture declared Nigerian ambassador as the best dressed ambassador in Benin Republic because we exhibit our culture, and they also want to emulate that by dressing not only on Friday, but so usually I'm in Nigerian attire most of the time. You know, very. So we have showcased our culture, and not only that, in terms of culture, Yoruba language has been declared one of their 3 national languages here. And Nigeria, during our bilateral joint commission, which is another thing, which has been in abeyance since 2009, we were able, by the grace of God and by the support of Nigerian diplomatic headquarters in Abuja, we were able to renegotiate Nigerian-Benin bilateral relations under the Mixed Commission on the 18th and 19th of December 2014. And during that, we were able to present Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Technical Aid Core Section, we were able to present about 300 Yoruba books from the kindergarten to university level to the government here, for which they're very grateful. And I'm hearing that some are also on the way from the Ministry of Education. And they need teachers, they want Yoruba teachers, they want Batonu teachers, because the Hausa Fulani have not been declared as a national language here. They only have taken Igbo from Yoruba and I think Dendi as a national language.
So how do you do your diplomacy, given that this country is French speaking and you come from an English country?
Well, I want to thank God. Don't forget, I was interpreter, translator to President Obasanjo in French and Portuguese languages. That's my first area which I studied.
Yeah, you have citizens under your custody. Diaspora Nigerians are here. Yes. How have you fed? How many do you have, and how have you coped with them?
Nigerians are very important in the economy of Benin. In fact, the president of this country disclosed that 95% of the business of his country is directly related to Nigerians. I've been very fortunate. Nigerians opened a 6,000 shop, lock-up shop during my time here in 2013. And they call it the New Misebo Market. Nigerians are very resilient here. Nigerians are into very serious business here. They are into different, of course, the organized private sector. You have the banks, they are here. Nigerians are very active, but in terms of number, we do not have fixed number. But we know that what is peculiar to this country is about 80 to 90% of the citizens of this country are Nigerian linked. They are linked to Nigeria. Either their great grandfather, they are Nigerians. But in terms of Nigerians that walk into the embassy, to say the register, we probably will have almost 1 million. But we are sure that about 3 to 4 million Nigerians are here.
Fantastic. So how have you been coping with that?
Well, it's not easy. In fact, it's the most challenging of my assignment here. Taking care of Nigerians, because you know we have borders. We have 778 kilometers of borderline with 6 ethnic groups. So, and in conflict management, which is my area of specialization, I always repeated, frequency of contact often leads to frequency of conflict.
Yeah, right.
So, Nigerians, when I came in here, it was arrest, harassment. So that led me to look for the origin of this. Identity is very important in security. Also, in terms of, close relationship. So, by the grace of God, one of my legacies here is an identity card recognized by the government of this country, and it is in French and English. And I went further to make sure that the database is available to the security agencies, so that nobody will tell me we don't know this. They used to fling it at them, throw it back at them, so we don't know what it is. This is English. But now you can say that it's in English and in French. And what we are doing now is also to give special ID card to the leaders, because we work a lot with the Nigerians, the diaspora, the NIDO. NIDO is very important. It's an aspect of Nigerian diplomacy. We cannot thank, my Ministry of Foreign Affairs too much for this. It enables the ambassador to have direct access to his people, and in case of emergency, we are able to rally them. Also, we want to disseminate information.
Next on our lineup is Dr. Cecilia Bemishola Obishakin, who is committed to changing the fortunes of women in Benin Republic.
Before people were left Nigeria, you were given a mandate, and the mandate was that wives of ambassadors should ensure that they get busy, and you have been busy. What do you have in stock?
We are celebrating the 4th annual outreach of ANWIB, and that is Association of Nigerian Women in Benin. And this year we are celebrating womanhood. We want to create awareness among women that God has actually placed the woman in a very high position, and God has deposited in her a lot that could be beneficiary to, starting from the home to her husband, her children, the society, even the nation at large. We want them to know that they have a lot to give to the society wherever they are. And doing that, we also want to empower some women. This time around, we are going to the north. We've been going to the south, to the middle belt. Now we are going to the north. And
the north means what?
The northern part of Benin Republic.
Okay.
Actually, we are going to Parakou and Jugu for the empowerment this year. The people in Parakou, we are going to have a water processing factory sort of for them. They are going to be producing water from A to Z of good water production, and it takes a lot of money.
With that process, you engage a lot of women.
A lot of women, because we are trying to let them know that they are created to be helpers. They shouldn't just sit down at home doing nothing. So they should rise up to the challenge and be part of, people that will contribute towards the goodness of their home. And we believe that no woman should just sit down and it's the husband that will do everything. We don't want women to be liabilities. So now we are empowering women in Parakou with the water production, and the one in Jugu with bread production, the bakery.
That's also a very good platform for employment.
Yes.
Bakery, you provide the machines.
The machine, the oven.
All right.
We are going to have the latest oven, not the old one made with mud. We have a very modern one now. That's the one they're going to be using.
That must have created a kind of affinity with the women, the Beninois and the Nigerian women.
Yes, in a lot. Yes. Actually, one of the reasons, our aims as Association of Nigerian Women in Benin is to create cordial relationship as Nigeria and Benin. They have bilateral relationship. We want to improve it, coming down to the women. Before we came, or let's say when we came, I witnessed some instances. The relationship between women, and especially Nigerian women and Beninois, were not really cordial. But now, because of this program, most of the women that benefit from this program are really Beninois. And we have also some Nigerians. So it has given them the idea that, look, Nigerians are good people. We care. And that's just the word, we care. So when they see that we care, they drew closer.
If you're just joining us, this is the Diaspora on the NTA. Stay with us.
NTA, Nigerian Television Authority. For more information and news updates, visit our website at www.nta.ng, or you can follow us on Twitter at NTA News Now, or you can like us on Facebook at NTA Network News. Stay connected on our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/NTA News Online. Watch our live stream at www.nta.ng/live. NTA, you can't beat the rich.
Welcome back. Good to know you are still there. Now to our Diasporan of the week.
Originally, I was there to study international banking law at Boston University, where I did my graduate program. But subsequently, I became a resident of Massachusetts, and have been practicing since 1993.
So how's the law practice been in Boston?
Well, like every other place, is great, and it has also its challenges. The interesting thing is that we are under the same common law jurisdiction like Nigeria.
So being a lawyer, you must acquired a lot of skill and expertise that you would like to impact back home, because that has been the core, that Nigerians in the diaspora come back with your skills and impact positively on your country, right? So, and your case is very exciting and special. Could you tell Nigerians what you are offering?
Thank you very much. I am privileged to be the first Nigerian foreign legal consultant licensed by the Supreme Judicial Court of Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And the main thing that I want to introduce in our country is what we call disability law program. In Massachusetts, we have an agency called the Disability Law Center, which caters for people with disabilities, and basically it is a protection agency, protection and advocacy agency that seek out the rights of persons with disabilities, protects the rights of people with disabilities. So that's what we lack in Nigeria. We do have various programs and policies initiated by the federal and state government that benefit people with disabilities, but this area has not been developed, and that is what we want to see, to know that the activities of the philanthropists or those of the government and the agencies that want to benefit people with disabilities, that all their programs will be in accordance with the international standard as enshrined in the Convention of the Rights of People with Disabilities, CRPD, which is a UN convention that has been ratified by many countries, including Nigeria. So we want to be sure that whatever we do comes up to that standard. We don't have it here yet, and that's what we would want to see.
What are the specific benefits of the center you're talking about? Established in Nigeria.
That's right. Yeah. The Center for Disability Law, or Disability Law Centers, we put it, DLC, right, will protect the rights of people with disabilities. It would seek the enforcement of the law. And we would like to see things move from pronouncement to enforcement. We would like to educate the masses on the rights of people with disabilities. We would like to organize training for government and governmental agencies, for the public and private sectors, to understand the importance of abiding by the requirements of not only the Nigerian disability law, but the International Convention on Rights of People with Disabilities. And the Disability Law Center will also introduce many other programs that will be aimed at providing equal opportunity for people with disability, whether in the ministry, at work, at home, in different places.
The last National Assembly passed a bill on disability. It's yet to receive the presidential assent. What are you thinking about that?
The last time we came for the Diaspora program, we were told that the bill had been passed but has not been transmitted by the House to the presidency, and that is why it had not been signed. And we requested for it to be done at that time, but we were told that the House was on recess. Now the House is back. If Mr. President can instruct the House or whichever office is responsible for the transmission to please transmit the bill to the presidency for his accent, we would like to see that law, that bill signed into law as one of the things we will remember the International Day of People with Disability 2015. We would like to come and witness the signing of this bill into law. We've been requesting this law for many years, patterned after the American with Disability Act. And we have adapted it for Nigerian situation and made modifications where necessary for our own benefit here. We would like to see it become law.
Some diaspora news now. Igbos in their thousands marked first ever Igbo Cultural Day and the investiture of Eze Ndigbo of Benin Republic in Cotonou. More news. The Association of Nigerian Women in Benin also marked its empowerment program. About 200 women were empowered. Benin Republic is among the least developed countries of the world, according to the United Nations classification. The empowerment project of a water factory in Parakou and a bread oven in Jogu will create direct and indirect jobs for the women.
We are helping the middle belt, the central, and we are also helping the north, extreme north of this country. There's hardly anybody in Benin who doesn't have a relationship with Nigeria. There's hardly. So we are one. If you are helping Benin, you are helping our people too.
Wife of the Nigerian ambassador to Benin Republic, Dr. Cecilia Obishaki, said women should be celebrated because they were created for good works.
When you are looking for a life giver, who is that? The woman. Nurturer, defender, protector, guardian.
The Empowerment Forum was the fourth since its establishment about 4 years ago. Igbos in their thousands from the 5 Igbo states of the Igbo Union in Benin Republic gathered at the indoor sports hall of Cotonou's Township Stadium for the first ever cultural fiesta, described by many as the best of Nigeria's cultural diplomacy.
Are you see what are the impression about our job? You have to understand other languages that you are not spoken.
Dans ce métier, il faut comprendre le langage que vous ne parlez pas.
Thank you.
The Igbo Cultural Day witnessed the investiture and induction of Eze Ndigbo into the Supreme Council of Traditional Rulers of Benin Republic. Watch this.
a blend of the two cultures being displayed. This is the first time in Nigeria's diplomacy with her neighbors and friendly countries.
For the entire Nigerians in this country, I promise I will go around contacting my fellow kings in Benin in promoting a cordial relationship between Nigeria and Benin, thereby complementing the effort of the embassy.
Wherever we are, we do not forget our culture.
We're expecting the peace in the Benin Republic. We're expecting peace in Nigeria.
My advice for my people, the Igbos in Benin Republic, is that they should respect the rules and regulations of this country in order to live in harmony.
The high point of the Igbo Day was the empowerment of 100 less privileged people by the Eze Ndigbo, His Royal Majesty Onunko Ebuka.
I want to do this not because I have excess. I don't have in excess, but it's for my passion for my people, my passion for the less privileged ones, my passion when I see people that are suffering, it touches me most.
So please, let's support ourselves. No matter how much we try, we cannot change destiny. We can only support it.
Other ethnic groups of Nigeria, the Yoruba and Hausa, were honored at the Cultural Day. The Cultural Day remains a day the Igbos in Benin Republic and indeed the host country will not forget in a hurry. Our email remains diaspora@yahoo.com or text only to +234 8033114000. That's it for this week. Bye.